Now coming to say the meal planner, you have a drop down over here. You can simply end up whatever that you want to eat. Like let's say for example, I'll just build one plan that there is someone who would want to eat this thing. What do you say? A toast egg sandwich or an omelette sandwich. So let's say they are adding egg whites. It's like okay, they are having 2 egg whites. They want 1 whole egg. Maybe they want to have 2 whole eggs. What you can do now to make this planner efficient, let's say simply I go to the calorie calculator. Let's assume these are my targets: 2100 calories, 113 grams of protein. So simply what you can do is for your own self is the protein target is 113 and my calorie target is maybe 2100. So simply then when you are creating meals, let's say someone wants to have like say 4 egg whites for example in their sandwich or whatever, and they want to add some mixed vegetables, and vegetables again except for potato, corn and peas, again because these are starches higher in carbohydrates, you can absolutely have any food, just make sure it is accounted for. So let's say that there is 150 grams of veggies in the omelette, there are 2 slices of bread, 10 grams of butter maybe to toast it up, to cook the eggs, whatever. So these items, and in lunch let's say this curd, some lentils being cooked, and 1 point over here, these are all uncooked variants. So like after cooking, majority of the food items will expand in weight. So let's say my lunch is something like having curd with some dal and chapatis, and some veggies are used in the dal to cook it up. So yeah, this brings like my breakfast and lunch to 876 calories and 51 grams of protein. Now I can add things in meal 3, meal 4 accordingly. Let's say that I wouldn't be eating a lot of or any other major protein sources in my diet. So I can simply add whey protein. Okay, I am going to have 1 scoop of it. So yeah, that simply adds up to my protein intake for the day. So you can create your own meal plan. Again, there are no hard and fast rules with what should be the carb and fat targets. As long as like protein and calories are hitting your targets, you are good to go. Do not stress about any other thing. And yeah, simply, so this is your meal planner. Simply add things over here. Now let's say this is one thing that you need to be careful, that let's say in my evening snack or my meal 3 I want to add 1 more item. So click the entire row and click command or control based on Windows and plus. So that will create 1 more list. One thing simply that needs to be done when you do that is we have certain formulas over here. So simply like do this thing, copy these many cells and just add it over here. So that when you add something, like let's say I add potatoes, like I want to have potatoes, I'll have 100 grams of it, and I need to copy this formula as well, like these 3 cells over here. So it will show up. Okay, my bad, I put the quantity in the wrong cell. So yeah, if I add 100 calories, 100 grams of potatoes, simply copy paste the formula so that it adds up to your number over there at the bottom. So potatoes, if I have 100 grams of it, it's 76 calories. And like I said earlier, the only reason we mentioned no potato, corn or peas in the mixed veggies part is they are higher in terms of carbohydrates. Like take for example over here in meal 2, 100 grams of mixed veggies, it's 10 grams of carbohydrates, and potato 100 gram has 17 carbohydrates and 1 gram additional of protein as well, which would add some 30-40 additional calories. So for you to be mindful of these numbers, you can have potato in your plan, you can have corn, you can have peas, absolutely alright to have, simply add them separately. So this is your nutrition plan, and all the information or the calorie information that is being taken is from this database. So as you can see, we have around 123 entries over here. The reason we've left other items down is, let's say I put over here test item. This is something of a packaged food. Maybe I like eating a piece of chocolate that I buy at the store. So I see that okay, it is 1 bar of it. All I need to do is if I want to eat this item in my plan. So let's say it's a munch bar, munch, or let's say it's a Kit Kat for example. I want to have a Kit Kat someday, I want to have it one day in my plan or whatever. I see the back of the label, it's a 1 bar serving 30-40 grams of it. Maybe protein is just 1 gram in it, carbohydrates are say 18, and there is maybe 9 grams of fat in it. So it's some 160 calories per bar. So I simply add an entry to this database. Now when I come back to the nutrition column, I can, in this drop down, I can just type Kit Kat ends up showing, and it says, it asks me how many bars am I having. I'm having 1 bar. All the information will get populated. I guess the formula was not copied over here. So yeah, simply 157 calories as I saw, and this got added up to my total. So this is something that I am going to be consuming. It adds to my plan. I can have a Kit Kat if that helps me stay on my plan. So whatever that you would like to add to your plan, simply create more entries over here. That's the reason we've kept so many, like say, empty columns, and you can keep on adding further as well. Because your diet need not be very restrictive. Because if you eat something that you enjoy eating every now and then, there is a good chance you wouldn't crave for that so-called cheat day, which is actually a very stupid thing. We would be again discussing that on our Instagram in our VIP community. All of those things are going to happen, but you wouldn't be a victim of that mentality that okay, I have to suppress all the foods that or suppress my emotions around food. I have to be very restrictive, and then will come one cheat day where all hell breaks loose. It need not be that way. So yeah, this is about the nutrition planner part.